New buffs coming from quite a few characters. Let's begin. So last week we got the Angels of Death crossover where we got the new essence with the little girl A-tier skin Rachel Gardner, Axe-Boy's A-tier skin Edward Mason, Coordinator's A-tier skin Catherine Ward, and Professor's A-tier skin Daniel Dickens. Of course we also got accessories for them and portrait frames I think as well, along with some graffitis as far as I remember. This all came within the essence that was at a discount because it was an A-tier only essence. But that wasn't the only skin that came with this crossover, because we also got a crossover package in the store that included the Ripper S-tier skin Isaac Foster and the crossover accessory Combat Knife that's also for Ripper. Although I'm not a big fan of the skin overall, it feels like it's less of an S-tier and more of an A-tier in some aspects. It's a little bit plain in some aspects. The accessory itself is very nice and it does have nice effects on it. I believe that the package is currently on discount for 32% off. I'm assuming it's for the first week, but I'm not sure for how long. But you can also buy these two things separately. If you just want the accessory, you can just get the accessory. If you just want the skin, you can just get the skin. Along with these skins, we also got a special event where if you participated, you'd be able to get 10 free essences for the crossover. If you also did login missions and completed missions, you would get graffiti, clues, and a special A-tier skin for Lawyer called Abraham Gray that is one of the characters from this series. And a mini event that's over on the official IDV Twitter and Facebook page. There's a special code that you can get from there that will give you a special portrait frame that's exclusive for the event. So make sure you guys do that. I've got it up on the screen right now. I can't remember where you put codes in, but I'm sure people in the comment section will tell you if you have any questions. We had a lucky dice event containing portraits, portrait frames, and also graffiti and stuff like that. Nothing too special. Journalist was added to the store that I was surprised that she wasn't there already. I just realized that she wasn't. Embalmer got a small adjustment where if Embalmer is resurrected from another Embalmer's coffin, rebirth will be given to him without having to apply makeup for himself if he's already placed a coffin without applying makeup. Not really sure how this works. I don't really know the Embalmer kind of what happens if an Embalmer embalms an Embalmer. Well, that's all really confusing. But anyway, improved Dream Witch's follower logic when she is following Dream Witch. I hope that makes it a little bit easier so she doesn't just stop and start. That is a bit of an issue whenever I play Dream Witch. And they also improved ping in customs. That's something that I covered over on my recent stream. If you are in the NAEU server, and especially you're in the Europe part of that, for the past few years you've been suffering with bad ping, being above 100 ping for all of your matches. This is due to the fact that the server is in North America. Well, they've added a new function in the custom section where it's possible for you to be able to connect to their new European only server. It is very specific when you can get that access to that server. As I put in my recent community post, it only activates if all players in the custom match are European players. So that is a bit weird, and even if there's one American in the match, it just auto defaults to North America. I'm not really sure why, but for the first time ever, I played with below 100 ping. It was so exciting. What's coming this week? Well, we've got a decent amount of stuff coming out this week. We've got the live broadcast for the summer happening on the day of this video's release. I'm recording this the day before, of course, but on the 6th of June, that is today for you guys watching, there's supposed to be a live broadcast in China for what's going to happen during the summer. If it's going to include a summer event, I'm not really sure, but it's another live stream. They keep on doing live streams over and over again. When the patch comes out, we'll begin the IJL Summer event. I believe is the Identity 5 Japan League event that's going to be like a tournament, I believe. And the new IJL champion pet is also coming along with this kind of beginning of this event that you'll be able to get in the store. This pet is going to be called Beta. It is a very cool looking pet. It's similar to the Zeta pet that we got not too long ago, but it's a lot angrier and it's darker and stuff like that. One complaint I have about it is it looks like the effects, the flamey effects that come off of it, like the purple kind of fire effect, they look like PNGs that are just kind of like floating and then just fade out. I don't really like the effect too much. It looked cool for the first 1 second that I looked at it, and then it looked really cheap and bad after that. So I hope that they optimize that because I don't like it. It looks really bad. But if you want to buy this pet, it will be Echoes only, but with a 12% discount for the first week. I believe it will be probably the same price as the previous Zeta pet. Can't remember what that was though. And of course, we're getting a character day on the 9th of June that I believe is going to be for Dancer. This is probably going to be her 3rd or 4th character day already. I believe it's probably going to be her 3rd, but it's nice to see that Dancer's getting something. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are excited for the character day. What's coming from the future? I have a pretty long list here of what's coming from the future. On the 16th of June, there's going to be another live stream that's going to be the 5th anniversary live stream. Probably going to tell us what's going to happen for the 5th anniversary, that what events are going to happen, what the storyline's going to be, what the skins are. I'm very excited to see what this is all about. They do reveal quite a lot of stuff during the live streams, although they didn't release as much as I thought they would during the NetEase Connect live stream. They just kind of reiterated what they'd already announced in the previous live stream, but this one's probably going to be more impactful and more important. We also know that there are some upcoming adjustments for characters, and we know that there are some characters that are going to get buffed and some characters that are not going to be adjusted at all. Not sure if anyone's going to be nerfed, they haven't really announced that at all, but we know that a lot of these adjustments will be coming at the end of this season, so that means within the next couple of weeks, possibly next week. Okay, let's begin with characters that aren't getting any adjustments at all. In a recent Q&A, NetEase has announced that Journalist will not be getting any changes yet. She's kind of there monitoring her progress and seeing how good she is. I think she's in a pretty good place right now. She does have kind of a lot of ease of use to play. She's not very difficult at all to play as long as you know her 1 or 2 tricks. They also won't be adjusting Composer right now, as he's doing pretty well apparently in rank, and overall he's got good performance. Characters that will be getting adjusted though, that will be getting buffs, will include Little Girl, who's going to receive some adjustments to make her easier to use, or her skills easier to use. This is interesting because of course Little Girl has notoriously got known as being a character that can interrupt attack animations and stuff like that. I think that this is kind of warranted, as she is a strong character if played very well. She's a high risk but incredibly high reward character. I don't really know why they're adjusting her, as I think she was in a good place already, but we will see. Coordinator is also going to get some adjustment. Her kiting ability is apparently too low according to Identity 5, so she might get something to help her kite a little bit better. Maybe that means an extra bit of a buff when vaulting, or maybe some movement speed, or I don't know what's going to go on here, but she's going to get adjusted, and a lot of people are going to be happy to see her get some adjustments, as people have been calling her weak, but I would say she's in a good place again. Maybe that's just my personal opinion. Gravekeeper will also be adjusted, although they didn't announce what's going to be adjusted exactly. Apparently he's got a decent amount of people playing him, but he's performing below average, or his abilities are too high risk, high reward, that I thought was a good thing, but I don't know apparently. Weeping Clown will also be adjusted to be less reliant on the terrain, whatever that means, and his ability will also be adjusted a bit to kind of fix it. I'm not really sure what they're going to do here, but I'm interested to see what they do, as I do like playing Weeping Clown. He's a fun character, although not very powerful in many situations. Novelist is also going to receive an adjustment, and Novelist has famously been adjusted quite a lot, but they've never been really kind of sure how to adjust him, so I'm interested to see what they do. I'm assuming he's going to be buffed, as they didn't really say if he was going to be buffed or nerfed, but I do think he needs some type of adjustment, because you hardly ever see him, and I really enjoy playing Novelist. I've recently played him a ton. There are some changes coming to the game overall that I think will benefit a lot of players, including an upcoming addition of being able to see the ping before you enter a match. So this will help you know if you're going to have high ping, bad ping, or whatever it is before you get into the match, so you don't have to join the match at all, because you know that you're going to be at 300 ping. You don't really want that. There's also going to be an overall optimization of the social interface that might also include how you add friends and stuff like that. That's going to be coming in August, but it will also adjust how the friendship system works. Maybe it'll make it easier for you to get more friendship letters, or I don't know what's coming, but in August there's going to be a big optimization for that, so that's interesting. There's also a plan for an addition of a sorting feature for characters in the character book, so when you're selecting either Survivor or Hunter, they want to add more features for you to be able to sort characters. I already thought we had quite a lot of ways of sorting, but maybe we need something else. I'm not really sure. There are some skins and some items that are planning on returning, and they've announced which ones are going to be returning. Antiquarians by their Jade will return during the summer to the Spyglass store, so make sure you save up your spyglasses. I always tell you guys to save up your spyglasses, especially over the past year or so. They've been adding a ton of content to the Spyglass store, and as they always do, they're going to release an S tier skin next year to the Spyglass store, so make sure you save up for that, or maybe they'll add an A tier. I'm not really sure how they'll do it next year. In the Q&A, somebody also asked about the Naughty Bruce, that I'm not really sure what it is. I will probably put a picture of it up on the screen right now, but that is going to be coming for Christmas. I believe it was from Christmas 2019. I wasn't really playing then, so I wonder what this is. Is it a pet? Is it an accessory? I don't know. Cool though. Anyway, NetEase also told us that there is some more information about Season 27 Essence 1 and also Season 27 overall. We know now when the Essence 1 is going to begin, and that is going to be on June 21st, and it's also going to include the Mitsushi Kamate crossover. That's not going to be in the Essence as far as I know, that's going to be in store as it usually is, but those two will be coming at the same time. And we also know that season 27, as it's beginning on the 21st of June, is going to bring along a rank essence. And last week we talked about some rumors about what was going to come in that rank essence, and we were almost right about it. The rumors were almost correct. The S tier accessory is going to be for Toy Merchant. The A tier accessory is going to be for Geisha, but the last one is not going to be for Enchantress. It's going to be for Postman instead. So that's really exciting to see. I'm very curious, again, as I said last week, to see what Toy Merchant will get. I don't know what they'll do for an S accessory for her. And Geisha getting another accessory is not a bad thing. I like to add rumors to my videos as well, as IDV Curiosity over on Twitter always does some great investigating and finding out information. There are rumors from IDV Curiosity over on Twitter that said that Danganronpa, the crossover, Danganronpa V3 that they announced recently in one of their live streams, will be coming next year, not this year. And this will be coming probably in January or February next year. So that's going to make it a big kind of winter event. And maybe by then they will have added all of these ping adjustments, the new EU server, into maybe rank modes and also quick match modes. It's possible. If you want to see what that changes and how you can test that new ping, then you should check the live stream that's on the screen right this second.